Hi, I would like to talk to you today about vibrato. A lot of people start vibrato a little bit too early. I would say don't start making any vibrato until you feel really quite comfortable with your left hand. Your fingers know where they're going, you have a proper shape of your hand, all the fingers are down on the string, and you feel comfortable and confident to find your way around the fingerboard, let's say sort of between first and fourth position. Only then I would start introducing a little bit of vibrato. So the first pre-exercise for doing vibrato is we need to know that the vibrato comes out of the arm, out of the upper arm and the elbow. Many times you see beginners who are trying vibrato for the first time, they think that it's the hand which is moving, so they start doing this kind of thing, or they start doing this kind of tense shake. That's got nothing to do with vibrato. Vibrato actually comes from the upper arm and the elbow, and it's the weight of the arm which keeps moving up and down. The hand actually doesn't move at all. The only reason why it looks like the hand is moving is because the motor is here, and because this part of your body moves, it causes the hand to move as well. But the hand itself is completely relaxed and doesn't do anything. So the motor is only coming from here, not from the hand. So a pre-exercise, a very simple and easy pre-exercise, is put your 3 fingers in between D and A string, so not on the string, but in between the string, and just move up and down, like a train on a rail. It just goes up and down, and then you go faster and smaller and faster and smaller, but the whole hand is moving, including the thumb. So it's not that the thumb is stuck here and not moving, the thumb also still moves for this exercise, yeah? All fingers, including thumb, moving faster and smaller, faster and smaller, and faster and smaller, still moving up and down though, and then getting bigger again. So you should be doing that exercise every day for quite some time before you even start to think about doing vibrato. That's the first step. Then the next step is, you can also practice it, the same exercise with, say, a box with matches. I've got one here. So what you do is you put the matchbox here, just a normal matchbox, you put it here, and then you shake it. So you keep your fingers on the matchbox, move up and down. This is a bit easier if your fingers are not quite so dry. Mine are a bit dry right now. So keep it there, move up and down. And you can hear the matches inside shaking. You can also take a tic-tac box, for example. Same effect, yeah? But the whole hand, including the thumb, is moving. Okay? That's one other exercise you can do as a prep for doing the actual vibrato. Once you feel a bit more confident, that you get sort of this muscle memory of the arm being the motor, getting the hand up and down, you can start to actually put the finger on the string. I would say the easiest finger to vibrate is probably the second finger, because it's nice in the middle and nice and balanced. So what you can do is maybe start with the second finger, and you go up and down, just like this. Then you do it with the first finger. You can even do it like an exercise, do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you take the next finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With the third finger, I always use 2 fingers together. Why? Because the third finger is quite weak, and it just has a little bit more stability if you use the second finger at the same time. So second and third together. 1, 2, 3, on its own, I always use the third together with the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Now I did 4 beats in one bow. Now you can increase it to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you go back down again. I won't show that to you now. Then you do 8 in a bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And don't forget, each time you do it, the thumb still moves up and down, yeah? It's not vibrato as such yet, it's just an exercise to get the motor going, to make your arm and your muscle memory understand what's actually moving, okay? Then you can do 16 in a bow, but probably at this stage a little bit too early. What I then usually do with my students, we start vibrato usually around about Judas Maccabeus, Suzuki Book 2, and I talk to my students about it. We decide which note are vibrated, so you should never try to just simply start vibrating each note. It won't work. So you look at your piece, whatever piece it is, let's say Judas Maccabeus, and you choose just the long notes. Just a few, maybe even make a circle around it in the music so you know exactly what notes the ones are you want to vibrate. And then I always say to my students, I don't talk to them about vibrato at this stage. I just call it a wobble, because my experience is the moment a student hears the word vibrato, he thinks or she thinks that it has to be a continuous vibrato, like what they see on television or other people do, and it won't work. So we call them wobbles, and a wobble is literally, again, you might say now, but that's not vibrato, and I agree it isn't, but a little wobble out of the arm, like, that's what I call a wobble. It doesn't look anything like the real vibrato, I know, but it gets the right muscle memory going. Right? So it's from the arm and the hand does nothing. So we do a little wobble. And it doesn't have to be lots of wobbles, 1 or 2 are fine, yeah? So that was a vibrato, I didn't mean to do that. Of Judas Maccabeus now. And that's what you should be practicing before you even think about vibrating. Once you've been doing a few pieces with those so-called wobbles, then we can look further into the actual vibrato. But I won't even go any further into vibrato for the time being. For now, if you're a beginner beginner in vibrating, just practice your wobbles, do the pre-warming exercise, the pre-exercises I showed you, and concentrate on the wobbles. And then the next video I will be doing, we can talk more about the actual vibrato, which comes much later. But don't forget, the most important part is to remember that the motor comes from here. There's also an exercise which some people are doing, they call it polishing the nails. That's another thing which gives you a good idea of what you're actually doing when you vibrate. It again, the motor comes, you can see, from the upper arm, yeah. Or for adults, an easy way of knowing whether we're doing right is wear short sleeves. Then you can see the back wing, as they call it, wobble. If the back wing wobbles, that's the correct thing to do. Okay, like this. Okay, so practice this first. Don't try anything else. Don't try to do anything with your fingers, or trembling or shaking or whatever you think it could be. Don't do it. Just stick to this exercise. And as I said, my next video will be a little bit more concentrating on the actual vibrato. See you then. Bye.